and tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهديه واستنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to this live episode of Ask Huda, broadcasting to you live from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And it's been quite a while, approximately a whole month since we have joined you here, and alhamdulillah, we're back again. So you will see, inshallah, as usual, the numbers displayed at your screens. If you have any questions or queries that I might be of help in answering them, feel free to call. Until we receive the first caller, Shazia sent us a question, and she says that is it permissible to use the stems from the herbs or from the plants we buy? For example, a bunch of fresh mint where we just use the leaves and the stems can be potted into soil and grow more mint at home. Is this permissible, or is it taking from the rights of the seller because we don't have to buy from them again? Sister Shazia most likely is confused with copywriting. And copywriting is different than anything else you buy. See, the transaction of selling and buying incorporates the rights for you to use in any means whatever you had bought, unless there is a mutual agreement otherwise. So if I buy a car, whether I use this car for my personal use or rent it or give it to friends or make it public property, anyone can drive it and use it, this is my own right. The agency or the manufacturer of the car has no right in saying this is not appropriate. So even if I buy the most expensive car in the world and then make it a taxi where people can stop and use, no one has the right to say this is inappropriate. Likewise, when you buy fruit and you plant it or you eat it or you dispose of it in any fashion you wish, this is permissible. With copyrights, it's a different story, because before selling you their product, they have an agreement with you. So they say to you, we will sell you this software. And once you acquire this software, you have no right in reproducing it or renting it or copying it, because we have invested so much in it that it would be unfair for you to do such a thing. And you agreed. And this is why sometimes it is confusing when you find this material online and free for sale or free to acquire. So I know of a book that is beneficial, that is good, and to buy it, it would cost me $100. While searching on the net, I found it over the net for free. Now, is it permissible for me to read it or not? It's an ethical question, and some say it is not permissible because you're getting it free, but then is it my problem that it is free online? The material is there. So it seems as long as I'm not dealing or making money out of it, and I'm finding it on the net and using it to my own benefit, and I'm not breaking any laws, this seems to be, inshallah, permissible. Unlike when you download something and you make money out of it, while people have invested so much and wasted so much on it, and you're taking it for free and making money out of it. Muhammad from Dubai.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam rahmatullah.
How are you?
I'm fine, Jazakallah khair.
Sheikh, I have two questions.
Okay.
Number one, when it's mandatory, we have to cover our satar before doing wudu.
Cover your what?
Satar.
What is that? Your aura?
Satar means from belly button till knee.
Okay, second question.
Second question, we have a loan before in our head, and somebody has told us to pray, recite Surah Muzammil 11 times. And when we recite Surah Muzammil every time, every day, the loan has get off.
ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين. He said to them, so escape, run away, escape to Allah. I am from Him to you a warner. I warn you about Him. So run away to Him in order to protect yourself from Him. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to make this famous dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minka. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you, from you. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, after one of the battles that happened, there were some captives and the Muslims had to look after them. And there was this mother who was running from child to child, from baby to baby, trying to find her own child. She was so hysterical about finding her child until finally she found her child, and she hugged her child so intensely. Rasul ﷺ was watching this with awe, with compassion, with emotion, and he said to his companions, أتظنون أن هذه الأم مطرحة أو ملقية ولدها في النار.
Our certificate.
Okay, second question.
The program, so
I understand.
And
second question.
Okay. Okay. So my second question is this. Actually, I want to know about insurance. I have a direct link to someone in the presidency. So in Nigerian presidency. So I have a direct link to them. So someone just came to me and he asked me that to have a link for him, to link him down to the president or the presidency to get a job. So he wants me to get a job for him, but it's a job of an insurance company actually.
Okay.
Insurance company, insurance for the employee insurance and for their fleet management and all.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to ask more, is it permissible to participate in any corporate insurance, or is it permissible for me to have that link, to create that link for him? He gets the job and he gets me something. He gives me maybe like a percentage he decides.
I understand. Any more questions?
No, that's my question.
Okay, I will answer inshallah, Abdullah. Brother Muhammad from Dubai, he is asking a frequently asked question. What is the ruling on performing wudu when your awrah, and that is your private part, the area between your navel and knee for men, is exposed? The answer is no problem. If you are taking a shower and you make wudu while totally unclothed, totally nude, your wudu has nothing to do with whether you are covering yourself or not. Your prayer does, but your wudu is irrelevant whether you're covered or not, and there's no problem in that. He says that someone told them that if you have a loan, you should recite 11 times Surat Al-Muzammil. So does this have any authenticity to it? The answer is no. This is totally baseless and it's an innovation. He says, I've been doing it for the past 5 years. Ask Allah for forgiveness, repent to Allah Azza wa Jal, and never go back to something that is not authentic. Rayhana from Saudi.
Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh Hasim, I have one question today.
Yes.
I know one prominent scholar, he uses different kind of religious books like Vedas for Hinduism, and for Christians he uses Bible for reference, and he does dawa according to it. So actually I copy his way and do the dawa here in dawa centers or wherever is possible in hospitals like that. So someone told me that this was not the method of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He did not use other religious scriptures for dawa, so it is wrong. So kindly please guide me and throw some light on this.
What kind of da'wah? What kind of da'wah are you referring to?
To Christians and to Hindu people, giving reference from their books, giving reference from Vedas and quoting some verses from Vedas or from Bible like that.
Okay, I will answer you.
They told that this Prophet ﷺ did not do. So just kindly guide me, please. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh. Amin from Bahrain.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, I have 3 questions.
Shoot.
Yes. First question is, sir, can we give zakat to Shia?
Okay.
Second one is, sir, can we give donation or sadaqah to a masjid where it is strongly Sufism is practiced?
Okay.
And third question is, can you just enlighten me with what is kunda? Is it is allowed in Islam, the kunda they perform in this month?
What is kunda?
Kunda is something they prepare sweet dish in the house, they say for Imam Jafar, they say, and they serve to their relatives and friends. But it is all, they wash the hands also within the house. They don't do it outside. They are not allowed to do it outside.
On any specific day?
Yeah, this particular month, the 1 month which is going on now, means the yesterday, day before, like that.
Okay, I will answer you inshallah.
Jazakallah khair.
Wa jazak akhi, hayyakallah. Brother Abdullah from Nigeria, he says that, in short, he would like to help his friends, but charge them money for that. Is it permissible? This is totally permissible. It is a concept known in Islam as ijarah, leasing or renting. So you're actually leasing your own services for your friends in order to bring them something, do something on their behalf. It's like an employee working for a company. They give him a salary. This is known as ijara. So whether it is on monthly basis, on hourly basis, on errand basis, there's no problem in that at all. So if I'm going to another city and someone tells me, Akhi, can you bring me the bag from my brother's house or a certificate from my university? I said, yes, but you have to pay me $10. Either he says, yes, okay, go ahead, or not. And this is up to him. There is nothing wrong in that, inshallah, at all. His second question is regarding an issue, which is he knows someone in the government, and a friend asked him for a favor, and that is to speak to someone up high to facilitate the possibility of him getting a job in an insurance company. So there are 2 prohibited things in here. The first thing is helping him getting a job in an insurance company, because working in an insurance company is haram. And one would have their eyes opened and haram. The whole world works with insurance. Well, the whole world works with interest-based banking. This doesn't change a thing. It is still haram. So insurance is haram because conventional insurance is based on lottery. It's based on gambling. Pay $1,000 during the year. You get problems, we will compensate you for $500,000 in damages. You don't get any problems, you lose the $1,000. So this is like lottery, like gambling. This is haram. So this is point 1. Point 2, it is prohibited for you to use your connections and intercede for someone to get a job or to have a favor or to get something facilitated and receive money for that. There is a hadith that is authentic where the Prophet said, whoever does a favor for his friend or for a Muslim and charge money over that, this is a door of riba. And we know that riba is one of the major sins in Islam. So this is unlike ijara, which we had spoken about earlier, because ijara is using your own ability, physical resources, etc., to do something. So transforming a package from A to B, carrying something, delivering something, receiving something, being authorized to sign on his behalf. All of these are tasks that you're allowed to take money. But for me to go and speak to someone in the presidency, to speak to the king, to speak to a prince, and he pulls some strings for my own favor, to facilitate for a friend, a third party, and the third party gives me 10 or 20,000 riyals for that, this is total haram. And it is totally prohibited. So you have two problems that you have to rectify, Brother Abdullah, and forget about it, inshallah. Rihana from Saudi Arabia, she says that she is using one method of giving da'wah to the Christians, to the Jews, and this is known nowadays as comparative religion. So we have certain da'is who are specialized in this field, like Sheikh Ahmed Didat, may Allah have mercy on his soul, Dr. Zakir Naik, may Allah preserve him, and others who are specialized in this. So Sister Rihana, she says that she found a number of books that she is using and utilizing, and someone told her that this is not permissible. So is this true or not? I will answer your question, inshallah, just after I get Ashasha from the Emirates.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's your question, Ashasha?
Yes, sir. My question is that I have taken loan on rate of interest from the bank.
Okay.
So it will take at least 5 to 6 years to recover that. So meanwhile, I can go for Umrah or Hajj.
This loan is interest-based or Islamic loan?
No, it's interest loan.
Okay.
Not Islamic loan.
Okay, I will answer, inshallah.
Okay.
And we have Saada from Ethiopia. Saada?
Okay.
Yes, your question.
Assalamu alaikum, ya Sheikh.
Salam rahmatullah.
I had an abortion after I got 2 months pregnant.
How long pregnancy?
2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had nifas after this abortion. The doctors cleared it off by some material in there, and then I had this blood. And then I stopped crying because I thought it was nifas. And I asked question to some students who learn in madrasa, and they said that if it's 2 months, you don't have to start praying. Even if you are bleeding, you have to pray. And I didn't know that, so I stopped praying for like 13 to 14 days before I know that.
Okay.
So how am I gonna make up to that?
Okay, I'll answer you, inshallah. Any
And
more questions?
I want to know the exact answer.
Any more questions?
No.
I will answer you, inshallah. Alaikum salam wa barakatuh. So coming back to Rihana's question, she says that I am using these books to give da'wah to Christians, to Hindus, to other religions, and someone told me that this is not the right way of doing it. This is not the way of the Prophet ﷺ. Well, this is not entirely true. The best way of giving da'wah is that you present Islam as it is. Call them for Tawheed, call them for the oneness of Allah, show them the miracles of the Quran and of the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Show them the religion of Islam. However, scholars say that there is nothing wrong in adding to that few examples of their own books. So if we find in their own books what replies to them and falsifies their deen. So you show them from their books that there are contradictions, that there are wrong things, that these are not books that were preserved by Allah. Unlike the Quran, for example, for the past 1400 years plus, it has been preserved. Not a single character has been changed or altered. So this is the only book on earth that can maintain this claim and fight over it, unlike all other so-called scriptures. And therefore, this is permissible for you to quote and to show them the allegations concerning their own religions from their own books. However, the catch is that nowadays people are so influenced by the logic and by the eloquency delivered and by the strong proofs given by these da'is that students are imitating them, which is by itself is not bad, except for the fact that they don't know their own religion. Yani these da'is, they have knowledge of the Aqidah, they have knowledge of the Quran, they ask students of knowledge, they rely always on asking scholars, as I know. They always go and ask whether this is okay, this is not okay, how to rectify this and how to do this. But the youngsters who are now, the new generation who are is now growing up, is focusing on fame and being known to people rather than doing it for the sake of Allah. This is not the right way of doing it. They should focus mainly on giving da'wah in accordance to their own religion. It's a shame for you to know other religions' scriptures when you are negligent of your own Quran, of your own Aqidah. If someone asks you a question of fiqh in your own religion, you are unable to answer. This is unacceptable. First of all, build a strong foundation of your own religion in your heart. After that, you can do this without any problem, inshallah. Amin from Bahrain says, he has 3 questions. The first question, is it permissible to give zakat to Shia? Zakat is only to be given to Muslims. And if this Shia does not nullify his Islam through slandering Mother Aisha, cursing Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman and the rest of the Sahaba, or claiming that the Quran is altered and they have their own special Quran of Fatima, if he's still a Muslim, yes, it is permissible to give him from the zakat because he's a Muslim. But if he's known to have nullified his Islam, this is not permissible. The second question is it permissible to give charity, to donate to a masjid that is deviant, that is not following the sunnah? So whether it's a Sufi masjid or a masjid that promotes innovations, etc., the answer is no. Alhamdulillah, there are many masjids on the sunnah following the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal and the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. You should give your money to them rather than promoting and advocating for other such innovations. And the last third question, Brother Amin says, what's the ruling on kinda or something like that? And he's saying that it's a local dish that they make for Imam Ja'far. I don't know who Imam Ja'far is, with all due respect. I know the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. I love them and embrace them. But such Imam, I think he's from the Ithna Ashar of the Shia. He's any other guy, like any other person. He has no special thing to him. Therefore, doing such a dish for him or for his sake, this is an innovation if it does not reach the level of shirk. And Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. We have Faisal from Saudi Arabia.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Salamullah.
Welcome back, because there was a break.
Jazakallah khair, barakallah feek.
Shaykh, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One is, once we go to the Makkah, the Masjid al-Haram, people pray in different places. Like if we are staying in the Hilton, in the corridor of Hilton, females are sometimes in the front. There is no like uniformity. Is this prayer acceptable?
Okay, second question.
And second question is my daughter Shaza. She's in a school. She's in a British school here in Abha. Her teacher tells her to draw, suppose, some paintings of human beings and this. So she wanted, but she is shy to ask you. So she wanted to ask you: is it permissible for her to draw? If she does not do, she will get, punished. So what is the ruling on it?
Okay, I will answer inshallah.
Jazakallah.
Wujazak. Muhammad from Saudi Arabia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. Yes, Muhammad.
Yeah. My brother live and work in Saudi Arabia, and they don't have the children. And whatever the earning is there is a brother earning. Suddenly wife died. So this whatever the money and property is there, how to divide, or who is the one higher for that one? Because they don't have the children, and only my brother alive, and his wife died.
What about her parents?
Their parents are in their countries.
Okay, I will answer you inshallah.
Okay, thank you.
Hayyak Allah. We have a short break. Stay tuned, and inshallah we'll be right back.
Allah, la ilaha illallah.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. We have Abdullah from Nigeria.
Actually, you just answered my question, but I think you have a little misconception.
Okay, clarify it for me.
Yeah, what I just asked you about that insurance policy and the job, I was trying to have a link, to get a link for them is this. The insurance company, someone just told me that the insurance company, they are not looking for a job there. They have an insurance company, they are facilitators, so they want me to link them up with the government for the insurance company to have a contract.
Okay, I understand.
Yes, for them to have a contract.
Okay, I understand.
So after they have the contract, then they give us a specific percentage. That is one. And the second link I was talking about is, it's not a job specifically, it's based on a contract. They want me to have a contract for us, to get a contract for us from the presidency. We are like a company actually. We are like 4 or 5 of us, but I'm the one that has the link.
Okay.
So they want me to use that link to get that contract for us. After getting it, or getting it for a specific company, we come down and sit down and we talk about it and see what percentage they can give me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a job I'm looking for someone actually to work in the insurance company. We want the insurance company to be linked to the presidency for them to get a job actually. So they are giving me this shubha. They are telling me that the insurance, there's a difference between a corporate insurance and an employee insurance, actually. That was what they told me. Someone among them just told me that he read a fatwa from Bimbaz that he was justifying what we were trying to do, actually. So they got me confused.
Okay,
So
I will answer you.
Actually.
I will answer you, Abdullah. I will answer you.
Okay,
Ashasha from the Emirates, she says that she has an interest-based loan. And we know that an interest-based loan is riba. And it is one of the major sins in Islam. And she says, can I perform Umrah or Hajj? If the money she's going to perform Umrah or Hajj is from that loan, then the Hajj and the Umrah are not acceptable, because Allah is tayyib. Allah is good and does not accept anything except which is good. That is earning, that is halal. But if it is from her salary, which is a halal job, and she is capable of paying the installments of this loan on monthly basis without any interruption, then it is permissible for her to go for Umrah or Hajj. But it is much better for her to get rid of this loan, so it would not add more and more riba to it the longer it is, and Allah knows best. Saada from Abyssinia, from Ethiopia, she says that after 2 months she had an abortion and she did not pray for some time, and then they told her that this is wrong. Saada, pregnancies are of 3 stages. The first stage is 80 days and below. So whenever a person or a woman is 80 days pregnant or less and she gets an abortion, the blood that comes is considered to be not related to her menses nor to her postnatal bleeding. This has nothing related to her, meaning that she can pray and fast and have intimacy with her husband, and this blood is najis. She has to clean herself and perform wudu every time she wants to pray. So from 0 to 80 days. Then we have from 120 days, 4 months, 120 days onwards. If an abortion takes place, this blood is considered to be postnatal bleeding. And this requires that she stops fasting, praying, or having intimacy with her husband until this is over. Now there is a vague area between 80 and 120. There is a 40 days period between 80 and 120. Scholars say this depends on the aborted fetus. If there is the structure of a human being, having arms, legs, a head, the structure of a human being, then this is postnatal bleeding. If it is only a piece of meat that does not resemble the creation of man, and it's not, and this is for the doctor to decide, or for the women who are doing the delivery, they know it. In this case, it is considered to be damu fasad, a blood that is corrupt, is not part of the postnatal bleeding or the menses, and she can pray as well. So those who told you were telling you the right thing. As for the missed days that you stopped thinking that you don't have to pray, you don't have to make them up, because you stopped with the conviction that prayer is not mandatory upon you, and therefore there's nothing on you, inshallah. Abdul Aziz from Ethiopia.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam to Allah.
Sheikh, I'm calling to ask you just, is it allowed for a Muslim man or for a Muslim young guy to law school in countries like Ethiopia? Because it is half of, some of them are Muslim and some are Christian. So is it allowed for a Muslim man to go to law school to study in a university? That is my question. Because normally the rules and the regulations in Ethiopia are non-Islamic. So is it allowed for a Muslim to go to law school?
Okay, any more questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Akhi.
That's all. Assalamu
alaikum salam. Brother Faisal from Saudi Arabia, he says that when going to Haram, we've noticed that people pray in different places, in lobbies, in corridors, next to the hotels, in the streets. So is this permissible? The answer is, this is permissible only when the rows are connected. When the Haram, as we see today, is fully packed and the people pray outside the walls of the Haram and still don't have a place, then it is permissible to pray anywhere as long as they can visualize the rows in front of them and hear the Imam and pray with them, because this has the same ruling as praying inside of the Haram. But if the area inside is not full, or the area in the middle is not full, and people are praying in their prayer halls in the Waqf buildings, or in the Hilton or Makkah al-Insha wa Ta'mir, they have their own prayer halls that overlooks the plaza in front of the Haram. When it's empty, no, this is not permissible, because then there is no connection of the rows and there is no necessity for it, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Brother Faisal says that in his international school in Abha, sometimes they order his daughter to draw living creatures And he says that what to do. The answer, akhi, you live in Saudi Arabia, alhamdulillah, and this is not permissible. So you have the option either to go to the management of the school and tell them that I'm a Muslim and this is not permissible in Islam. She can draw anything other than living creatures. Simple as that. If they don't approve of that or don't comply, you can take it up a higher level and go to the Ministry of Education and file an official complaint, or send a telegram, which is extremely official. Everyone can do this through telephone, and voice yourself, akhi. In the lands of Islam, also elsewhere, if we put a lid on it, if we zip our mouths and we do not complain or show our dissatisfaction of what's happening, we will be like the Jews. People would step on us. You are calling for Islam. You're a Muslim. So you're not saying let's riot or let's kill or let's blow up people. You're simply saying that 1 + 1 = 2. The Prophet said, I assume, that drawing living creatures is haram, and it is mimicking Allah's creation, and it's one of the greatest major sins in Islam. Simple as that. So you have to make a stand. You have to step forward and voice your own aqeedah, your own religion, within the legitimate and legal ways. And no one can be upset of this, alhamdulillah. On the contrary, Allah will put barakah in your life and in your daughter's life, inshallah. Muhammad from Saudi Arabia says that his brother, who has no children, lost his wife. So who would inherit his wife? Islamically, we have to look at the heirs. So usually the question would be posed as this in Islam. When you ask about inheritance, you say a woman died, leaving behind, I don't care if he's your husband or this or that. This is how the question is stated. Not that I don't care she died. May Allah have mercy on her soul. We are all in the same route. So the question is, a woman died, leaving behind a husband with no children, and a father, a mother, and siblings. Now, if you say this, I can answer you by saying immediately that the husband gets half of her inheritance, and the mother gets 1/3, and the father gets the remaining, etc. And there is a twist to it. But I have to know, so that we could fix the fractions, because there's some fractions to be fixed in this. I have to know whether her father is alive or not, whether her mother is alive or not. If the father is not alive, does she have siblings or not? If she doesn't have any siblings and no father, does she have any uncles, paternal cousins, etc.? So send me the exact question on my email, as you will see it inshallah displayed, or in my website, and I will answer you inshallah bi'idhnillah. Abdullah from Nigeria is elaborating a little bit. Before going to Abdullah, we have Susan from Nigeria. Susan?
Walaikum assalam.
Salamullah barakatuh.
Ask the question.
Yes.
Do we have to face the Imam and Maqam Ibrahim when we want to do the Nafila after Tawaf?
Okay. Any more questions?
No.
Okay, I will answer you inshallah. Abdullah's, okay, Kareem from, do we have Kareem? Okay, he's gone. I hope he calls back again. Abdullah from Nigeria is saying that I would like to correct my question. All what there is there is an insurance company, and the insurance company is interested in bidding for a contract for the government. So my job is, along with 3-4 other people, to connect and to work as brokers for the insurance company with the government, so that we can hook them up, and then they will decide my percentage afterwards. And he says that this insurance company is not riba based, etc. Well, this question needs details. Insurance companies are divided into two types: conventional, that we all know, the majority of insurance companies, and cooperative, that is built on cooperation, not cooperative, being built on cooperation. The cooperation type, theoretically, Sheikh bin Baz and other scholars have approved it, while on the ground they do not work as such, unfortunately. See, theoretically, it's like 10 of us contributing $1,000 each. So this is $10,000, and we put it in a pot, in a portfolio. Whoever has a house burnt, an accident, robbery, we will take whatever is needed to help him. We are cooperating. The money doesn't belong to any of us anymore. Khalas, we gave it, we donated it. The cooperation states that if during the whole year none of us had any accidents, the money remains. It does not go back to us because it's not ours anymore. But if the money is consumed in 1 month, so all of a sudden the first month, the $10,000 is gone. What to be done? The answer is nothing. We just simply go to the 10 people and say, bad luck, the money is gone. They say, oh, but we've subscribed, we gave money with. Ya akhi, you cooperate it as a cooperation, not as something that is yours. You have to get something in return. So this is not implemented. No insurance company does this. If they lost all the money that came to them due to a natural disaster, they go and reinsure from what they call, I don't know in English terms, but in Arabic we call from the bottom. So they reinsure, they do retakaful. And this is twisting and playing with words. It's the same thing as a conventional insurance. And a lot of them, they reinsure with Lloyd's. So they say, yes, we're Islamic, we takaful, so, and they go to a conventional insurance company and they reinsure less 10 or 15%, so they have this profit. And this is not permissible. So in my opinion, I have to look into that company you're trying to broker with the government to know whether they're halal or haram. Secondly, if your work is simply facilitating and trying to work as a broker without twisting, pulling any strings or bending any rules, this is okay. You are doing your due diligence and trying and here and there. But if because of your connections, 6 companies will be discluded and your company would be accepted just simply because you know someone, this is haram. This is unfair. There are 6 other companies or so that are much better than the company that you have brought, so this is not permissible. So I cannot give you an answer over the phone just like this without studying the case and knowing exactly what's into it, and Allah knows best. Abdul Aziz from Ethiopia says, what's the ruling in studying law in a university that teaches un-Islamic law? If your intention is to work and not to implement or to adapt such non-Islamic law, so your work would be in accordance to Islamic Sharia, this is permissible. See, in UK, I cannot work if I don't have this BA as a barrister or as a lawyer. So I have to work and study and answer. But when I work and I hit the work field, if I'm going to implement their rules and regulations and ask for something that is haram Islamically or prohibit what is halal Islamically, this is not permissible. But if someone says, someone took my money, someone killed my relative, someone sacked me of the job, and he deprived me of my rights, and I work as a lawyer to get his rights that are preserved and protected by Islam, this is halal, inshallah. And finally, Susan says, what's the ruling on praying behind Maqam Ibrahim, the 2 rak'ahs of the sunnah after tawaf? The answer is, this is the sunnah. After you finish the tawaf, you pray 2 rak'ahs behind the maqam. Of course, the maqam is between you and the Kaaba. Whether you go to the end of the masjid or immediately behind it, there's no problem, as long as it is within the vicinity. But if there is no space and it's inconvenient for you to pray, you can pray these 2 rak'ahs anywhere you wish. And with this, we come to the conclusion of tonight's episode. Until we meet next time, I leave you. في أمان الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
A is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad.